Hey there, writers and muse daters. I am so excited to be speaking with you today with Jeannie Covert, who, as you probably know, is in the writing gym. So let's just talk about first, Jeannie, what the heck that means. You know, where did you start in the writing gym? What did you do? Tell the people who are listening, you know, what's this writing gym thing and what have you done there?
I'm a screenwriter and I novelized a script, and I sent it after I finished. I sent it to editors and I was very, very confused because a lot of the information that they were giving me kind of conflicted with a lot of things that we do in film, and especially when it came to the suspense and the pace. I was used to a very, very fast pace. There were just a lot of things that were different, and the editor's comments were very confusing to me. I was told about you, and I came to you with a full manuscript. You read my first 20 pages, I don't remember, but the first of it, and said, I know exactly what you're doing wrong, and I can tell you how to correct the situation. And it was the very best decision I'd have ever made. I went through, I cannot count the number of editors I went through. After working with you, I saw what the editors were trying to tell me, but they didn't know how to tell me because they didn't understand screenwriting, but you did. And so therefore you were able to tell me, okay, this is what you do in screenwriting, and this is how it translates over to a manuscript, which was like eye-opening. And you were the only person that, you know, I'd come across who was able to do that for me.
That's wonderful. Thank you for that explanation. So it sounds like there was a lot of frustration.
Yes.
Yeah. And now, I mean, take us through that. How are you feeling now? What is the change that you've experienced?
The change is I feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel like I understand the craft. I was at first I was like, okay, I do enjoy this novel writing because I can get a little bit further into my characters. That, you know, while I could do that internally with my characters, film is very, very visual. So it was really nice to be able to write about the internal things in my characters. So I did enjoy it, but I didn't love it. And, you know, it's like, I'm a screenwriter. I love screenwriting. But now I love novel writing. It is just amazing. In fact, you know, I have signed up to go on to pass to Pulitzer so I can even learn more how to do the craft, because I am just in love with it now. Whereas before, very, very visual, in love with the pace and the action and that sort of thing, and showing things visually. And now I'm beginning to grow in love with the words. And all of that is what's developed the confidence of feeling like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know, oh, this is just exactly the same. I can bring this over, but now this, I'm going to have to totally change it. And it has also improved my screenwriting, writing the marketing materials for film, the whole 9 yards. My writing has improved 100% or more across all the board. No matter what kind of writing I'm doing, I can tell there's been a huge increase in my skill.
So, I mean, that's a pretty good bang for your buck as far as like,
yes,
gaining confidence, falling in love with your writing, knowing exactly what you do as a writer. I mean, that's a pretty huge list. But today's been a huge day for you.
Yes, it has, very much so.
I'm not gonna do any other cliches. So you had two big things happen for you today. Tell us about the first one.
Well, the first one is that you had a meeting with my top agent pick, and there was a script request. So listen to me. There's a manuscript request involved, which was extremely exciting to me because he is close to queries at this point in time. So even though he would be my top pick agent. He's not accepting unsolicited queries. So it's like he's off limits until, but you were able to talk to him today and he requested my manuscript. So that was like very, very exciting. And then you just told me about a second script request that I received. So that is absolutely very, very exciting, because I know as a script writer, I get a lot of I'm a reader for a producer, and so I read the scripts. I know what it's like to be inundated with submissions, so I understand what they go through during when everyone queries them, and how it can just be overwhelming, and you just, so I understand. So it's just really exciting for me to have these scripts requested, because that means it's not in that pile that just piles up on your digital desk. And you go through them and it's just a rote. When someone says, hey, this was given to me by so and so, you go, okay, it has a little bit of a higher interest. And you get a little bit more excited about it. So that's very, very exciting to me, because I can put myself in their place. And it's just thrilling.
Yeah, well, and it also gets you to the front of the line.
Yes, exactly. And it gets me queries in places where I could not have gotten queries personally. I mean, like I said, my number one pick closed to queries at the moment. So I could not have, even if I'd have sent a query, it had just, it had been deleted. So I'm just very excited that despite the agency being closed, or him being closed, you were able to get me a request.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let's talk about the second agency. And, just so the listeners understand, like any industry out there, there's kind of a ranking of agencies, and some of them are sort of your top flyers, your Harvards or your Yales, and then there's a next tier and a next tier and a next tier and so on. And these two agencies that we're talking about, I mean, these are huge, like top agencies, Folio Lit.
Yes.
We would all love for Folio Lit to represent us, and William Morris, same deal, right? These are big deal agencies.
Yes.
But when I called you and asked you if you'd queried William Morris, you told me some of the reasons why you thought they would be a really good fit for you, and that they were one of your top picks as well. So talk the readers, listen to me, the listeners through that.
Because William Morris represents more medias than just novel writing. And as a script writer, that's very exciting for me, because William Morris represents talent. So I'm like, wow, it's like bringing William Morris is like bringing my two worlds together. So, and there aren't very many agencies who do that. So, and especially very many agencies that will take queries from somebody. You usually have to be recommended to that agency in order to get for an agent and to read you. So that's very, very exciting.
Yeah, and I mean, how does it feel to have two requests on the same day?
No, well, wait, you're downplaying it just a little bit. We're talking about two requests from two of the top agencies. It is like amazing. I really am not sure I'm quite in that I believe this is happening stage. I'm very excited, but at the same time, it's like, is this really happening? It's like a very, very huge thing. It's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's great. And so, tell us about some of the things that you've learned on this journey, things that you could pass on to people in Write to Publish. How'd you get here? What did you learn?
I Oh gosh, there's so much that I've learned. One of the things I think everyone in the writing gym has a bit of this because you work so much on our mindset. But what people may not know is that I have dissociative identity disorder, childhood trauma. And so one of the things that I have been working on for years is rewiring my brain. They've discovered that where they used to think, oh, you suffered this, you're stuck with this. Now they know we can rewire our brain. So I have been doing that. But the way that the writing gym is conducted and the way Annalise works with us, we are constantly doing things to rewire our brains so that we're more creative, we're more just a community and all of these things. And the work I had been doing to rewire my brain, like, jumped light years ahead just in my first month. So I've been doing all of these things for years. So it's not like they were new to me, but all of a sudden I'm doing this with a group of people and we're kind of all in the same place and we're all supporting each other and we're all doing these things. We have a session once a week where we work on our minds. And so whereas everybody in the writing gym can say, oh man, my writing vastly improved. I know what I'm doing. I thought I was a plotter. I know I'm a pantser now, or I thought I was a pantser and I've learned how to plot. It just, those are the standard things, but I don't think the mindset gets represented enough because that happened for me in my first month before I even started working on my novel, because that first month we had to read best-selling novels in our genre and discuss them. And you were reading our manuscript and taking notes on it. So in that first month, when I had not even started working on my manuscript, I was shooting light years ahead on my mind work. And I can't express how wonderful that is. And it's, like I said, all of us go through it. I have seen the people who I started with over the last year, I've seen a huge increase in their confidence and the other things. I don't know if they quite noticed or not, but I really noticed that in all of us, because that was the thing I was working on so hard before I joined the gym. So it's amazing.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that with us. And, it happens that we have people in the group who say, what's this writing gym thing? Should I do it? What would you say to somebody who is thinking about joining the writing gym?
I would say join, but more in depth. If working as a screenwriter, already working in an aspect of the industry, a lot of people don't realize it takes a lot of work and effort to be at the professional level. Even people who have master's degrees in any type of writing, a lot of times they're not even there at the level to where they can be professionally published. It's one of those things to where being at the professional level means something just a little bit different than just having a degree. And so you don't necessarily have to have a degree, but you have to have the knowledge. And this is one of the things I really discovered with the writing gym. If I was going to spend the money getting my MFA or spend the money on the writing gym, there is no question. Save that MFA money and put it into the writing gym, because the MFA may or may not get you where you want to be, but the writing gym, the work we do in the writing gym gets us to where we want to be.
Wow. 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 I'm speechless right now. But thank you for that, Jeannie. It's been an absolute joy to watch you grow as a writer and really embrace your best writer. And I'm thrilled for you today. I mean, I think I've spoken to you more today than we generally speak in a week, but we have a lot to talk about. And you know, these agents requesting your manuscript, this is a big deal, and I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so very much. And thank you for the congratulations, but thank you so very much for talking with the agencies for us. It is a really absolute big deal, and it's one of the huge pluses of the writing gym, because I've had other writing coaches, I've had other, you know, in screenwriting and whatever, and you go to bat for us harder, stronger, more than any other writing coach I have ever worked with. So thank you so very much.
You're so welcome, Jeannie. All right, if you're watching this or if you're watching it on the replay, send a big congratulations out to Jeannie. And if you'd like to get the same kind of results about Jeannie, if you're serious about becoming your best writer and getting a publishing contract and getting to the front of the line and stop being in the slush pile and stop being the not for me thanks receiver of rejection letters, drop us a line in the comments and we'll let you know how you can do that. Until the next time, happy writing.